In this tutorial, we're going to cover linking in Google Sheets. We'll cover both linking externally to other websites or linking to our own Google Docs. We'll also cover linking internally within our sheet. So let's get started. At the very basic level, we can simply paste a link into a cell and it'll appear. So let's go to my website's URL, yagisanadaday.com, and then paste in the link, Control V. There it is there. So straight away, when we hover over this, you can see that the link is there, and you can click on this and it'll open up into the URL. It also sometimes has a sample of what the URL is. So for example, if I click on this or click on the picture, it'll open up in a separate tab, and it won't close down the other one. So you can't see the tabs up the top in this tutorial, but you can see that it appears here. So let's go back to the link. There's that one. So next we can also add it to a cell. So this gives us a little bit more functionality. What I'm going to do here on cell B5 is click this cell, and this time around we can go to insert and then insert link or hyperlink. And here we can type in our Yagi-san Adaday or copy and paste in the URL like we have here. And we'll hit apply. And done. The link is there again. If we click it, it'll take us to our website. Alright, so let's undo that. This time around, to create the link, we can hit right click and we can go down here and insert link. And Control V to put in our URL again and hit apply. Okay, up the top there's a couple of little things that you can use. One, we can copy the link, and so if we hit on this, it'll be in our copy template and we can paste it in anywhere. If we hit edit, maybe we've made a mistake, we can go in here and update the link and hit apply. We haven't made a mistake here, so we're okay. Or you can click remove the link, and that removes it from the cell. You can see that the underline in blue is gone from the word. Okay. The final way of adding a link to a cell is through the shortcut. You might have seen it when we went through either the menu or the right click item, and that is to hit Control and K. And again, we can paste in the link here. Apply. Done. Now before you saw the value, we already had text in there, so it immediately recognizes that there's text, and we're going to use that as a title, and then we'll add our URL to it. However, we can go into an empty cell and we can hit Control K with the shortcut, and you can see there's a text option here. I might change that to my website for something a little different, and then hit Control V because we've got Yagi-san Adaday in there already, and hit apply. Done. Okay, so we can also reference another Google document. So let's go into here, we can hit Control K again, and let's reference our previous documents. That was tutorial number 20, so 20 there. And you can see a little search menu hops up below, and it will give you a reference to something online, or give you a reference to one of your tutorials. So I'm going to hit sharing and permissions, and that will link to the Google Sheet for the sharing and permissions previous tutorial. Click on that, and a preview will appear. And if you're following along with the previous tutorial, you'll notice that that was the Google Sheet from the previous one. Nice. Okay, so we can link to another sheet tab as well. So let's say I want to link to sheet 2. There's nothing in it, but I can link to it. Just for a quick reference, I'll put this in, I'll say sheet 2. So when we click on it, we know what's happening. Okay, but that's not necessary. Okay, so here we can link to another sheet tab. So we'll go into our link again. I'll right click this time and go insert link. And you can see here there's an option for sheets in this spreadsheet. And these are all the sheets that we have available in our spreadsheet. We said we're going to link to sheet 2, and I'll come up with the text, but you can change the text if you want. We might say this link to sheet 2 and hit apply. Okay, so now we can link internally. So if I click on sheet 2, it moves me straight over to sheet 2. It'll take you over to cell A1 and you're good to go. Now we can also link to a cell. So this time round, we want to link to here, where it says Mrs. Yagi was here. So this time round, Control K. Now, if you start typing in text, the link options might disappear. So it's better off to set up the link and then do the text. So first, this time round, we're going to use this one, select a range of cells to link to. All right, so we're going to click on that, and now this gives you an option. So this will stay open as we navigate to a different cell, and if I click on a cell, it'll come up with the data. We'll hit OK, and that'll take us all the way back. It'll give us our text information sheet 3G4, but we'll change that to Mrs. Yagi's cell, which is here, and hit apply. Cool. So now if we click on this, or click off, click back on, if we click the link, it'll take us straight to this cell, and you can see it's made that cell active as well with the blue circle around it. So here it is, and it's actually there. Cool bananas. Let's go to our next link to range. So this time around we can link to an entire range. So on sheet 4 I've got this whole set of blue boxes. I want to link to them because, you know, blue. Alright, Control K to get to our shortcut, and go down here, select a range of cells to link. So we'll click on that, comes up with our little pop-up. We'll go over to Sheets and we'll select that range again and hit OK. And we'll just say all blue for our text and click Apply. Done. So if I click back on this, select the link, it'll take me to this range, and it'll also select the entire range as well, which is really useful. Okay, let's go back to our Add Links to Cell tab. All right, moving on. Okay, so we can also create links within the cell. So we don't have to select the entire cell to make a link. We can select certain items within the cell that we want to link to and have multiple links as well. Add within a cell. This time I want to just link this text here, Yagi-san add a day. To do that, I can click up here, and this will take me to the link. And I think I just need to highlight just the name. And again, it's best to use the shortcut in this case, so we'll hit Control K, and I can put in my Yagi-san add a day. Because we've used it previously, it comes up here in the search, so we'll whack that in there and hit apply. And now, not all of the text has the URL, but there is a URL in it. And when we hover over the cell, it gives you the option to click on the link and explore it. So we can also add multiple URLs to one cell. Let's click on the cell. We'll go up to the top, click that, and then head back down to here. And we've got our Yagi-san add a day one. I'll hit Control K. Control K, and we'll call this, and we'll grab our URL for that. Copy, back to our link, and Control K again, paste, and hit apply. Great. And then on this one it says check out the Google documentation on links in Google Sheets. So this Google documentation, I want to make a URL link as well. So I'm going to click on that, hit Control K again, and this is my URL to it over here. So I'll copy that, go back to our link, and we'll hit Control K and paste and apply. Now you can see that we've got two separate links to two separate documents, and if I hover over this, it'll provide you with the two links so you can quickly access them there. Often when you have multiple links in one cell, it's not going to come up with an image because it starts to get a little cluttered. But if I click on this one, it'll open me up into the support document. Or if I click on my website one, it'll open me up into my website URL. Great. One final thing we can do is provide a link to a particular cell within a sheet. Let's go to this sheet 2 one again, and I can click on it, and then I can go down and right click, and just underneath the insert link there is get link to this cell. If I click on that and go back to here, for example, I can paste Control V, and that gives me the link, and just like we did up the top here to link to sheet 2, it'll take us to that cell. So click, and sheet 2, there it is. But another benefit of this is we can put this in an email or a web page, and it will direct the user straight to the cell that you are referencing. So if I open up another tab and I hit Control V and paste in the URL, you can see it drop down. I can click here and I'll reference straight to that tab right there. So it's a powerful tool, and it's a great way of adding value or making things easier for your users when you're sending out emails or providing links to certain parts within a larger spreadsheet. All right, that's all there is to linking in Google Sheets. I'll catch you in the next tutorial.